Hi, this is Lok. Thanks for watching and subscribing to my channel. Today I want to talk about cleaning a suppressor. I just got this recently. Waited 6.5 months to get a suppressor slash silencer for my 22. This is the AAC Prodigy, which is the monolithic baffled version of the 22 long rifle suppressors that they have. I just shot about maybe 300 rounds of 22 through this, and it's really filthy. So I'm just gonna, this is my first time cleaning it, so I'm just gonna, whatever I experience is going to be what you're going to be experiencing as well. So let's take a look at how dirty this thing is. As you can see, the threading is not that dirty over here. This is where I thread into my 1022 takedown. So let's open it now. If it's tightened too hard, the threading from the cover and the baffle can be bound pretty hard, and in order to remove it, it's very hard to twist it with your hand like this. You can actually get a tool called the a Prodigy disassembly tool. I think this is 20 bucks or $25. Can't remember how much that was. So as I was saying, you can get a Prodigy disassembly tool that allows you to very quickly and easily remove the housing from the baffle. So as you can see, the tool has grooves like this that looks like castle nut wrenches that you can fit in here. Let me just zoom in so you can see. So it fits in on one side, and you take the other tool and fit it on this side, and it allows you to quickly, just twist and remove the housing. So that's an easy, handy tool that you could use for disassembling Prodigies. So since I already started, it's pretty easy for me to remove this. And let's take a look at how clean this thing is. Oh gosh, look at that. Look at the grime. Let me show you the housing first. Let's zoom in and see if you can see any dirt in here. Yeah, it's pretty dirty, but this would be relatively easy to clean. Let's take a look at this thing here. Oh, that's just 300 rounds. Look at the amount of grime and carbon that's actually left in each of these baffles. Oh my goodness. So unlike a gun, for those of you who don't really like to clean your pistols, you have to clean this. Look at this. You're not going to leave this carbon in the baffles. So you have to clean it every time you shoot, and that's exactly what I would do. So since there's so much of leftover powder, oh, look at that. And you can look through, see if you focus. Yeah, that's not too bad. But this part here is really filthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rub or wipe off all this excess carbon. I can just tap it down here. Oh, look at that. I'm just going to take a piece of a patch here and just wipe it down. You can't see, but I'm cringing. I'm one of those guys that have to keep all my stuff really clean. I'm OCD like that. And every time I see stuff like that, I just cringe. Okay, there is an O-ring here that I might have to remove. But I think I should be fine. Let's just make sure this is really clean. Remove all the caked up stuff. Yeah. Ew, look at that. Okay. I'm gonna use, I could use like brake cleaner or something like that, but since I have an O-ring, I want something that's more friendly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use frog lube, which is my favorite cleaner of all. This frog lube CFT is amazing. I prefer the liquid version than the paste version, so that I don't have to. The paste version, you have to warm it up so that it will melt a little, and then when you apply it, it creates this coat of film that when carbon attaches onto it, it's easy to wipe off. Same thing with the liquid version, which is a lot more easier. So I'll use this instead. I have a small Tupperware here that I'll just pour some in, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to saturate this whole suppressor with some frog lube. Okay. and then I'm just gonna wipe all of it in my hands. It's CLP, so it's a cleaner, it's a lubricant, and it's a protector as well. Obviously I'll get some inside here later on, but let's do that. Let's wipe it all over, get everywhere. You can see the dirt starting to come off. CLP frog lube is amazing. Look at that, and it smells like winter fresh spearmint. It's amazing. They say you can eat it, but I'm definitely not going to eat it. So let me just wipe all this off. Got another rag here. Wipe off my hands, and then I'm just going to go wipe all the frog off the pressure. And you can see how quickly you can clean this thing. Okay. Rub it off. Oh, look at that. Will you just look at that? Shiny. That's not dirt, by the way. That's just leftover CLP. So let me just go and dry it up here. Man, talk about clean. Look. And not only does it clean, it actually lubricates. So then you don't need to lubricate this baffles anymore. So to be more accurate here, I'll just take a Q-tip here and just clean the bits here. You can see. Oops, there's some caked up. It gets bad as you go further up the front of the baffles. Yeah, look at that. That's interesting. How about the threads up front? I'm just gonna go turn it in here. There's some dirt in there that can't come out, so I'm just gonna have to find a screwdriver of mine and cover it, and then run through the threads. I can feel the dirt as I go through the threads here. I can actually feel it go. So let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, let me just wipe this down again. Oh, my hands are filthy, so I'm just rubbing more filth on there. Okay. And when you clean your stuff, always try and wear gloves. The nitrile exam gloves, you can buy them from Costco and all that, really cheap. So I go through a pair of gloves every time I clean my guns, and clean them a lot. Unlike a lot of my friends who don't even clean their guns at all. Okay, so now for the insides, that's going to be tricky here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Q-tip. Now I'm just going to saturate the insides. Oops, you can't see it. Sorry, I should have brought it closer here. So I'm just saturating the insides and then use a Q-tip. I'm just going to run it through. Can you see what I'm doing? Sorry, I'm looking through my viewfinder, so you guys find it hard to see what I'm doing. Move over this side so you can see it. Ooh, look at that, how dirty that is. Now I could use a brass brush and scrub it too, just to make sure everything's removed. All the caked up carbon is scraped out of the each of the baffles. This is a lot more dirtier than cleaning a gun. Now there are versions of the silencers that have baffles that are what do you call this, disassembled, or it comes in multiple pieces, so every baffle is its own piece. That will probably ease cleaning, I guess. So you can just dump everything into a tub of brake cleaner and just scrub every single one. But I thought I'd go with a monolithic baffle so I can, it's easier for me to, don't have to reassemble and disassemble the silencer. Okay, so that's dirty. Look at my hands. It's filthy. And I don't know if all the other diff silencers and suppressors are as filthy as this one, but ooh, the 22 is definitely dirty. Okay, so there's still a lot of dirt and grime in there. I just need to scrub it more. Yeah, definitely need to scrub more, or at least put more CLP in there. If I can just get in. So now I'm going to take my brush. Actually, an easier way would be I'm going to take my old ball brush. I'm going to attach onto my Dewey rod here. And it makes a great scrubber. Obviously you want to use an old brush so that you don't, because this is gonna really kill the bristles. Let's take a look at that. Is it all largely gone? There's still stuff up here. I guess I just go and maybe rinse it in water and then bring it back and see what happens. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. That was hard. So what I did was I went upstairs, I took a toothbrush, one of my daughter's old toothbrushes because it's small, and I just run it through water and I scrub the insides of this. As you can see, it's still wet. I'm just going to run a patch through it so it'll dry. And then I did the same thing. Let me just push it right through here. There you go. It's clean now. Look at that. The patch just went through it and it's pretty clean. And then I ran this through water and I took the brush and I scrubbed the insides on every single one of this baffle. Obviously to get rid of all the dirt. As you can see, it's still some dirt back there that I can't get to. So I'm gonna try and use a brush with a patch and get to it. Especially the corners here and the corners up there. And let's look at the first one here. Yep. That's okay. So now I'm gonna get this one here. Same patch. The brush. Through, make sure it goes up there as well. Let's take a look. Yep. Alright, let's go to the next one. Next one. give it a good scrub. And you want to use a brass bristle brush so that you don't dent or scrape or scratch your aluminum baffle. This brass is soft. Let's take a look. Sweet, looks good. So put this piece here. Let's see, how far up do we have to go? Yep. Take a look at it now. Yes, look at that, how clean this thing is. So now, let's see the O-ring. O-ring looks fine. So now all I have to do is just lube it up. Lube this baffle and put it back into the housing. Make sure everything's dry. Yeah. Blow it out with some compressed air. Okay. And I apply lube liberally on my guns as well. You know, there's no such thing as over lubrication. If you really think that over lubrication is a problem for your equipment, take a look at Larry Vickers' latest Tech TV. He definitely debunked the myth. So that's how I lube my suppressor. Anyway, it works well when it's wet. Well, it's not really wet. You just got to put some gel here, but I'm just going to keep it really lubed. I don't want any of these threads to bind. It's going to be very difficult for me to remove. So put it back. Tighten it. I just put lube all over it just to protect it. And then I take microfiber cloth and wrap it down. There you go. Beautiful, clean AAC Prodigy. Ah, I feel so much better. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.